So Scott, great to hear a little bit about what you're working on. Can you share maybe a little bit about your journey in multifamily and real estate and where you are today?
Sure. So in the entitlement and repurposing model, we've touched on all asset classes. In the multifamily section, we've come across it and we've taken advantage of the opportunities that are presented to us. In today's environment, we're doing a lot of what we call retail therapy, where we're finding more and more opportunities, specifically in California, where we do a lot of work, in the repurposing of retail, such as big box malls, etc.
And so when you're doing that, is it adaptive reuse? Is it tearing down and rebuilding up? Can you tell me a little bit about that process?
Sure. So I would call it a very micro market driven decision. But in cases where there's an old Sears that's empty, a Nordstrom's that's been vacated, a Macy's that's about to be, etc., depending on what that geography looks like, we may be in a complete tear down and work with the rest of the mall, which could be 50 to 80 acres. So a completely repurposing of the site.
Got it. And now, do you have a geography you look at? Is it across the country? Tell me a little bit about the urban core, or more suburban.
So more of a suburban, where we're creating an urban-suburban kind of feel once we're done with it. But we're based out of Orange County, California, and we really love having boots on the ground, specifically when we're talking about the re-entitlement and zoning. So being very in tune with what a local community wants, as well as the local municipalities, to best serve them. So we're very prominent in the western U.S. and specifically California.
Are you looking at a lot of times opportunity zones as well, or not so much?
So we're not shopping for an opportunity zone per se. However, we do have an opportunity zone in Las Vegas. Happens to be a phenomenal deal because it's a little place called South Las Vegas Boulevard, meaning it's actually on the strip. In that case, we're building a hotel and casino.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's a very exciting project for us.
I'll have to check out the land when we're out there in January together.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how mentorship and leadership, how you think about that for yourself, whether people who were influential in your career, in your life, and maybe how you think about paying it forward to others in real estate.
Sure. So we actually take that very serious at our firm, and we're not a huge company. We have about 75, 80 employees, so whether that's internal growth and mentorship, that's a big part of what we do. Whether that's an internship from a local college and somebody that really wants to be in this industry. And there's a lot of facets in this industry to get involved with, different directions people can go, as opposed to, I just want to be in real estate. What does that really mean? Personally, I've taken a lot of different journeys because I've had a various path to get to where I am. I was everything from a sports TV reporter to a football coach. Different paths, and I find mentorship from a coaching standpoint just very enlightening and something that I want to be involved in.
Tell me a little bit more about IMN. Is this your first time in? Have you been to multiple IMNs before?
Sure. We as an organization participate in IMN throughout different locations around the country when topics are hot. And, there's great opportunities here. We love what we get. The networking, the exposure to new opportunities, new ideas, and new people is just fantastic for us.
Awesome. And how can people best help you? What is, if you had to pick like a niche, then you are, if someone saw it and you're like, oh, that's the diamond in the rough we're going after, I'd love to know about that.
Well, personally, I'm in the capital market side, so somebody that's got dollars, that's really, that's my big time focus. But when you talk about the diamond in the rough, that's really what we do as a company. We're an opportunistic value add deal where we like to say we make the invisible visible. So we find something that most people don't see, and whether they know that's a diamond in the rough or not doesn't matter, but if we see that's a diamond in the rough. So really something that might be struggling and distressed for a number of reasons, whether that's seller or asset, we can look to make that into a profitable situation.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me.
All right, pleasure.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.